science.
Mr. Greenland's podcast.
Let's learn facts.
Feet on the floor, back straight, never bow to your plate. Chew with mouth closed, chew with...
Here it is. This is Mr. G. It's the time for the cookie episode. Everybody's always looks forward to the cookie episode. Family and Consumer Science Television. Cookie. Here we go. This is a chocolate chip cookie, a classic chocolate chip cookie. Probably the quintessential cookie. Very popular, probably one of the most popular cookies in the world, the chocolate chip cookies. Pretty easy to make. We're going to talk a little bit about the history of the cookie. We are going to get some facts about the cookie, and then we'll take a little quiz about the cookie. So go get yourself a piece of paper, number it 1 through 40. It's cookie time, it's cookie time. Come on now, it's cookie time. No better time to be at the show. It's cookie time, it's time to go. My goodness gracious. Let's take a moment and reflect about the cookie. A cookie is defined as delicious. It's defined as a small sweet cake, typically round and flat and crisp. Brett, look at that. Come on. Thanks, Brendan. Brendan's a producer here. Look at that. Can we go back to that? That just made my, If you're feeling blue, you don't know what to do, get yourself a cookie and your dreams will come true. But Mr. G, I don't eat eggs. No problem. 1/4 of a cup of applesauce substitutes for eggs wonderfully. But Mr. G, I can't do flour. No problem at all. Almond flour, rice flour will make your cookies delicious. Let's talk about the ingredients in a cookie. First of all, Mr. G is missing his recipe for his cookie. Embarrassing, I don't know where it is. Aha. Okay. I want you to take down the recipe for the cookie. And when I tell you the recipe, you will write down the ingredients and what the ingredients does. Okay. Let me tell you, this cookie right here was made with applesauce instead of eggs and some wheat and some rice flour, and tastes just delicious. I just got out of work, and let me tell you, I gotta start obsessing over these cookies. They're so good. Mr. G, I want to make some cookies myself. Okay, question number one on your paper is I could use a little milk right now. 2 1/4 cup. That's 2 cups and 1/4 of a cup of flour. And what flour does, I want you to write that on there, 2 1/4 cups of flour. And next to that, flour gives a baked good its main structure. It is the sand and the cement. It is the main structure. It's all about the flour, no matter what kind of flour you put in. We're going to need something for a rising agent. We're going to put in 4 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay? So write that down, 4 teaspoons of baking powder. If you don't have any baking powder, you can put in 1 teaspoon of baking soda, depending what you have on hand. We'll probably have some baking soda on here more than baking powder. Baking soda is stronger than baking powder. So it's your choice. Write down 1 teaspoon baking powder, rising agent, or 1 teaspoon of baking soda, or 4 teaspoons of baking powder. And that's your rising agent. I want you to choose one of those measure it out and put it right into that 2 1/4 cups of flour. I'm going to need something as an anti-rising agent. That's what salt is. And in this recipe, please write down 1 teaspoon of salt. And that's an anti-rising agent. Kind of counteracts chemically or scientifically with the baking soda and baking powder. It makes it so it doesn't rise too much or too little. So 1 teaspoon of salt, and that's your dry ingredients. So I want you to take those dry ingredients. Here's the invisible mixing bowl. Stir, stir, stir. Stir it all around so the baking soda and salt is mixed beautifully in that flour. Take it and set it aside. Step number 2. And this would be number 5. Number 5, the next ingredient you're going to need is 2 sticks of butter. Any kind of butter will do. Margarine, butter, they all have their pros and cons, but let's go 2 sticks of butter. Each stick of butter is 4 ounces. Write down 2 sticks of butter, 8 ounces, and right next to that, write pliability. Fancy way of saying the butter makes the cookies stretch and give it a little way so it can bend a little bit. And pliability is a beautiful word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6, 3/4 of a cup. That is 6 ounces of number 6. Write down granulated white sugar or table sugar. And that's 3/4 of a cup. Write that on there. That's also 6 ounces. Okay? And we want to take that granulated sugar, and you want to add it to the 2 cups or 2 sticks of butter. Number 5, 2 sticks of butter. But on the butter, you want it softened. You don't want it liquefied. You want it so you can still pick it up in the stick that you get, and it should be just a little soft. I recommend just taking it out of the refrigerator about an hour before you're going to make the butter, before you make the cookie, and let it sit out at room temperature for about an hour, and it will soften up. If you take it out and it's rock hard still, microwave it for maybe 10 or 15 seconds just so it's pliable, still holding its shape but soft. Then, number 7, 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. Okay, 3/4 of a cup, brown sugar. A little note for that is brown sugar is this regular granulated sugar that molasses has been added to it to give it a little flavor. So you're going to take that and you're going to add it to your butter and your white sugar. Okay, at that time you're going to take out a masher. You're going to mash that up. If you have a mixer, you can do that, but I like using a masher or a spoon or getting there with your hands. You want to break it up and make like a nice soft paste with that sugar and that butter. Next, you're going to need, number 8, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now, vanilla is mainly a flavoring agent. It doesn't really do anything chemically to your cookie dough. All right, so number 7, 1 teaspoon of vanilla in with your already mixed together butters and sugars. You have your flour, salt, and baking soda over here separately, waiting patiently to be used. Well, Mr. G, number 9, how am I going to hold this together? Number 9, you're going to put 2 eggs. To write down 2 eggs. Eggs is a binding agent or helps holds it all together, a binding agent. Also gives it some flavor. And you're going to take those 2 eggs, crack, you're going to put it into your already mixed up your already mixed up butter, sugar, vanilla mixture, and add some eggs to that and mix it. You don't want to over mix, okay? Some chunks in there will be fine, okay? You don't want to over mix it. And now, number 10, you're going to take your wet ingredients, and you're going to add it. You're going to bring over those dry ingredients. Got your wet ingredients. You're going to take it, and you're going to add those wet ingredients into your dry ingredients. The dry ingredients being the flour, salt, and baking soda or baking powder. Your wet ingredients now go in there, and now you're going to stir. I enjoy putting on some gloves and get right in there. And just like you're making a snowball, you're going right in there, and it should all nicely come together in a nice, even cookie dough. Oh, does that look beautiful? Can you see it? Can you see it? I can see it. Okay. Ooh. Mr. G. Yes. Where's the chocolate chips? The chocolate chips go in last. Number 11. Write down chocolate chips. Okay. Chocolate chips. You add the chocolate chips to the already made batter. Okay. You add that and you just fold it in beautifully. Now, take a sheet pan and preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Number 12, 375 degrees, preheat. And on a baking sheet, a small baking sheet, but a big baking sheet, you're going to go 3 across and 5 down. Now, baking sheets are usually bigger than this, but if you happen to have a small baking sheet, okay? I don't know if you can see that. Probably not, but that's okay. 3. Oh, look at that. Thank you, Brendan. 3 across, 5 down, nice and small, giving them some room, double the room on there. So they're going to puff up and move a little bit. You don't want them to stick together. Into the oven they go, number 13. Into the oven they go for 8 to 10 minutes. So number 13, bake for 8 to 10 minutes until the side structure, the side or the bottom edges start to brown. When they start to brown, you want to take them out. You want to put them on you want to take them out on the pan and let them sit. Number 14, let them sit on that hot pan for about 2 to 5 minutes. And number 14, let them sit and then remove them from that pan. Or number 15, we call that carry-over cooking. Carry-over cooking means, even though you bring your cookies out of that tray, they're still sitting on that hot tray, and boy, oh boy, that tray is hot, 375, and if you left them on that tray for 5, 10, 15 minutes, when you turn that little beautiful cookie over, it won't be this color. It will be this color. They'll keep cooking on that tray. We don't want them to turn black, so we want to take them off. Once they sit for a few minutes and set up, and you want to take them off with a spatula, put them on a cooling rack. If you don't have a cooling rack, that's fine. Put them on a plate. Put them on something that's not hot. That's number 15. Okay, so moving along now, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back now that we have our terms, we are going to take a little recap quiz. And so I want you, we're on number 15 now. I want you to make that now 15, and there's 20 questions on here, so go 15 to 20 more. 15 is carryover cooking. 16 to 35 put down quiz. We'll be right back.
Family and consumer science.
Mr. Greenland's podcast.
Let's learn facts.
Feet on the floor, back straight, never bow to your plate. Chew with your mouth closed, chew with your mouth closed. Get your elbows up the table.
It's cookie time. We just talked about how to make cookies. This is going to be number 16. And these were made with the applesauce I told you about. 1/4 a cup of applesauce instead of an egg. The taste just is marvelous. Okay, here we go. Number 16. I will read them off, Put down the correct answer, please. Define a cookie. A. Sorry. Okay. My kingdom for some milk. Number 16. Question. Define a cookie. Is it A, small sweet cake, round and flat and having a crisp and chewy texture? B, a savory pie, round and flat and having a crisp and chewy texture? C, a small savory pie, round and having a tough and bad taste? Number 17. What does salt do when baking? A, it does nothing. B, helps the cookie rise. C, an anti-rising agent. Or D, it is used as a garnish. Number 18. What is the purpose of baking soda or baking powder when used in baking? A, anti-rising agent. B, rising agent. C, the Patriots need a new quarterback. Number 19. What is the function of flour? Is it A, rising agent, B, an anti-rising agent, or C, the main structure of a baked good? Number 20. Number 20. What does eggs help with when you bake a cookie? What do eggs help with? A, helps bind the cookie together. B, makes the eggs happy. C, has no use. And D, I wish I had some milk right now. Number 21. You should mix wet and dry ingredients in a separate mixing bowl. A, true. B, false. Number 22. Sugar is considered a wet ingredient when used in most cookies. That is true because sugar will melt when it heats up, so it's considered a wet ingredient. Happy holidays on that one. Number 23. What is carryover cooking? A, cookies will continue to cook after they come out of the oven. B, cookies will stop cooking when removed from oven. Number 24. What does butter do? A, flavor and pliability. B, helps it rise. C, flavor that will not burn. Number 25. Chips should go in last. True or false? I say they should go into your batter last. True or false? Number 26. You should preheat the oven when making cookies. 27. Over mixing will produce a cookie with no structure. A, true. B, false. Number 28. How many ounces are in a cup? A, 2, B, 4, C, 6, D, 8. Number 29. How many ounces are in 3/4 of a cup? A, 2, B, 4, C, 6, D, 8. Number 15. What is stronger, baking soda or baking powder? A, they're the same. B, baking soda. D, baking powder. Number 30. Wet ingredients and dry ingredients should be combined separately, then mixed together. A, no. B, yes. Number 32. It's a good idea to bake your cookies stacked on top of each other while cooking. A, sounds good to me. B, no. 33. goods should continue to cook. Baked goods will continue to cook after they come out of the oven? A, no way, Jose. B, yes way. 34. Applesauce can replace eggs in most cooking recipes. A, true. B, false. Number 35. When you open the door of an oven, it will increase the cooking time as it inhibits the rising of your baked goods. A, true. B, false. Well. We're on number 35. 36. The oven setting bake means that the heat is coming from the bottom of the oven, and broil means it's coming from the top of the oven. True or false? Number 37. When you're holding a cold food, just like the temperature of your refrigerator, that should be at 32 to 41 degrees. True or false? Number 38. 190 degrees means the water is simmering. True or false? Number 39. 212 degrees means your water is at a boil. True or false? Number 40, how many fluid ounces or decimal is in a teaspoon? A, 3.33, B, 7.85. Number 41, there is a half a fluid ounce in a tablespoon. True or false? Number 42. There is 128 ounces in a gallon. True or false? Number 43. There are 32 ounces in a quart. True or false? Number 44. There is 16 ounces in a pint. True or false? 45. 1/4 of a cup equals 2 ounces. True or false? 46. 1/2 of a cup is how many ounces? 4. True or false? 2/3 of a cup is 6 ounces. True or false? Number 8. 48. There are 8 ounces in a cup. True or false? 49. What does FBI stand for when we cook? Not Federal Bureau of Investigation, but what does it stand for? Is it A, fun beyond imagination, or B, foodborne illness? Number 50. A perishable food can sit out at room temperature for no longer than 2 hours. True or false? Number 51. 51, here's some bonus questions. 51, if the temperature is over 90 degrees, a perishable food can only stay out for approximately 1 hour. True or false? 52. How long can perishable food approximately last in the fridge? How long? Did I even write that down? How long? Yes, I did. Is it A, a week? B, 2 weeks? 3, food never goes bad. Well, it's cookie time, oh cookie time. Come on now, it's cookie time. There ain't no finer time to dine, eat your veggies, eat your veggies, then maybe hang out and have some cookies. Hand those papers in. Make those cookies. They are fabulous. The standard of excellence. Cookie, 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 cookie. This is Mr. G, Family and Consumer Science Television. Boom! Enjoy.
Family and Consumer Science.
Mr. Greenland's podcast.
Let's learn facts.
Feet on the floor, back straight. Never bow to your plate. Chew with your mouth closed. Chew with your mouth closed. Get your elbows off the table. Stay